Hello friends, welcome to the YouTube session. In this session, I'll be discussing about the Rajya Sabha elections and how the Rajya Sabha elections are conducted. I'll be also discussing about Rajya Sabha, which is an important chamber of our parliament, right? So let us start the session. So as we know that on 16th of March 2026, there is going to be election for 37 seats to Rajya Sabha. And these 37 MPs to Rajya Sabha will be elected from 10 state assemblies, right? So let us first understand about the composition of our parliament. So our parliament is actually composed of three elements: the president, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, right? But there are two chambers of our parliament. So it is known as bicameral. Bicameral means having two chambers. So India has followed a bicameral parliamentary system, and the two houses that we have are Lok Sabha, which is also known as House of the People, and Rajya Sabha, known as the Council of States. Right. Now the names Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha were officially adopted in 1954. So this is an important fact, and sometimes this has been asked in various competitive exams. So we should be aware that the official names Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha were adopted in 1954. But we should also note here that the Parliament of India comprises of the President, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. But the parliament has two chambers, which are Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So depending on the question whether we are being asked that which all entities comprise parliament, so the three entities, or if it is asked that which two chambers of parliament, so Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Now let us see Rajya Sabha and some important things about Rajya Sabha. So Rajya Sabha is also known as Council of States, that I already told you. The name Rajya Sabha was adopted in 1954, and it is also known as House of the Elders, right? Because as compared to Lok Sabha, where the minimum age for becoming a member of Lok Sabha is 25, whereas in Rajya Sabha it is 30 years, right? So it is also known as House of the Elders and also known as the upper house. And an important function of Rajya Sabha is to prevent hasty legislation, which Lok Sabha might sometimes try to pass, but Rajya Sabha as a permanent chamber puts a brake on such hasty legislation. Now, Article 80 of the Constitution limits the maximum strength of Rajya Sabha to 250. So, the maximum strength of Rajya Sabha can be 250, but the Parliament by law can fix it. So, at present, it has been fixed at 245. So, the total membership of Rajya Sabha at present is 245, out of which 233 are elected from state and 3 union territories which have legislative assemblies, and 12 members are nominated by the President. Now, Rajya Sabha, unlike Lok Sabha, is a permanent house. Lok Sabha, we know that after every 5 years or even before it, it can be dissolved. But Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. The Lok Sabha MPs are elected for a term of 5 years, whereas Rajya Sabha MPs have a term of 6 years. And every second year, 1/3 of the members of Rajya Sabha retire and new members are elected. So it is a continuing chamber, a permanent chamber. Now, next thing that we can see here is about some special powers of Rajya Sabha. So in many of the things, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, they have equal powers. In certain things, Lok Sabha has more powers than Rajya Sabha, but there are also some unique powers which are exclusive to Rajya Sabha. One of such power is under Article 249, where Rajya Sabha can actually, if it passes a resolution with 2/3 of its members present and voting, that it is necessary in the national interest that Parliament should legislate on a state subject or on a subject in the state list, then Parliament can do so, right? So that power is with the Rajya Sabha. It has been given to the Rajya Sabha because Rajya Sabha is actually Council of States, right? It acts as a link between the national government and the state governments. Then only Rajya Sabha can initiate the removal of Vice President. The Vice President actually acts as the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. So, the removal process of Vice President can only be initiated in Rajya Sabha. It has to be agreed by the Lok Sabha also later on, but initiation can only be done in Rajya Sabha. Also, under Article 312, Rajya Sabha can authorize the creation of All India services. That power is also exclusive to Rajya Sabha. Right. And whenever Rajya Sabha passes a resolution for this Parliament to legislate on the state list, then such resolution will be valid for 1 year unless it is extended, right. So, validity is 1 year. So, these are some exclusive powers of Rajya Sabha. Then if we look at Rajya Sabha's strength, so it is 245 at present. The maximum strength that can be is 250 under Article 80 that we have seen. Now, out of these 233 are elected from states and UTs. So, UTs which participate in Rajya Sabha elections are Delhi, Puducherry and J&K. All of these have legislative assembly. The other UTs do not participate in this. The 12 members are nominated by President from fields such as arts, literature, science and social service. Now, let us look at the election process, which is very unique for Rajya Sabha. So, the election process, we can see that a formula is used and the method is by using of proportional representation through single transferable vote. So, a quota is calculated, and how this quota is calculated for a candidate to win in the Rajya Sabha election. So, it will vary from state to state. So, in one particular state, how the quota will be calculated. So, the formula is quota is equal to total number of MLAs in the legislative assembly of that state divided by number of seats for election in that state at that time plus 1, right, in that denominator plus 1 outside. So, for example, if we take any state where the total MLAs are 200 in the assembly, the number of seats which are vacant in Rajya Sabha are 4, that means they are up for election 4. So, the quota will be calculated 200, that is the total number of MLAs 200 divided by number of seats 4 plus 1 and then again outside plus 1. So, this will come to 5 and then we will get 40, and 40 plus 1 is 41. That means 41 votes are needed, 41 first preference votes, because the election is happening through a system of proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. So, STV means that we have to give our first preference, second preference and so on, right. So, in the ballot paper we will mark our preferences, right, accordingly. So, a candidate to be elected in this particular situation will have to get 41 first preference votes. So, if they get 41 first preference votes, they will be elected. Suppose the candidate gets 45 first preference votes. So, what will happen to the other extra 4? So, these 4 votes will be transferred to the second preference, like whosoever has got the second preference. So, it will be transferred to those candidates, right, and so on. So, this is a process which is followed in the election of Rajya Sabha, right. So, it is a very unique election, and another thing that is unique to Rajya Sabha election is it is an indirect type of election. So, it is an indirect election, and it is indirect election. The members are elected by state assembly members through a system of proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. The election is conducted by Election Commission of India, and very interestingly, open ballot has been used since 2003. Why open ballot? Generally, we know that the elections are held through the secret ballot, but in Rajya Sabha elections, open ballot has been introduced since 2003, and the reason is to stop cross voting. So, what is being done under this, that the MLAs belonging to whatever political party, they have to show their ballot papers to the authorized agents of their political party, right. So, for example, somebody from say BJP, the MLA from BJP will have to show the ballot paper to a authorized agent of the BJP, and from Congress to the authorized agent of Congress. That is to ensure that there is no cross voting, right? Because sometimes in Rajya Sabha elections, it has been seen that the MLAs, because they are not bound by the party whip, they cross vote, right? So that becomes a problem. To stop that malpractice, this has been introduced, the open ballot, but still we see that sometimes these things do happen even after this, right? So we have seen the election process also, right, how it is conducted. Now finally, I have a question for you. Let us see that how well you have understood the concept, and you can write your answer in the comment section. Let me just read out the question. The question is, you have to identify which of these statements are correct. Statement 1 is Rajya Sabha MPs have a term of 6 years. Statement 2 is Rajya Sabha is a permanent chamber. Statement 3 is the name Rajya Sabha was officially adopted in 1954. Option A is 1 and 2 are correct. Option B is 1 and 3 are correct. Option C is 1, 2 and 3 all are correct. And option D is none of the above. Right. So please write down your answer in the comments, and I'll see you in next video with another topic. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.